Hello everyone, this is Matt Rock Solid, and finally I've been able to put out a Bad Company 2 video. EA have seemed to have fixed the servers and can get into games with ease. Not 12v12, but games which aren't me on my own in a server by myself, which was extremely annoying to say. I wanted to play it yesterday and I couldn't, but glad they fixed the servers. Probably shouldn't have happened, but it's EA always has these kind of problems. Before I get into the topic of the video, this is Conquest, which is a game mode I don't really play that often, but I've decided to play a bit of it recently on Arica Harbour. When I first joined the match, I was thinking, this map is a bit prone to the side I spawn. If you can capture all 3 flags, you can spawn trap the enemy team in their base if they can't capture any of the flags. So I was kind of hoping that wasn't happening when I first joined. But luckily it was the start of the game, and luckily all the way through this enemy team put up a good fight. We do win by quite a margin, but there's still a bit of a, a bit of a force to be reckoned with, I suppose is the correct term. They're not, typical 12-year-old bad COD players who just don't know how to shoot a gun on Battlefield Bad Company 2. Not like, everybody that's 12 can't shoot a gun, but, the typical teammates you get in Team Deathmatch all the time, which have got KD of 0.2. This video is entitled In Defense of Battlefield Bad Company 2, or Battlefield Bc2, or whatever I've entitled it. It'll be some kind of acronym assault. Because I've recently seen, when I uploaded my video on Ken's Gamers on the Vietnam video, I've been subscribed to Ken's Gamers, and I've recently just been, every time someone uploads anything, I've been checking what they've put out, and giving it a like or a dislike depending on what I think of it. I'm subscribed to some of the people off there, and the guy posted today a Black Ops video of pro tips or something like that. I forgot what the guy's called. I know it begins with an O. And I went on his channel to check out his content because I like to see what people put up before I decide to subscribe or not. And I noticed he had a video called Rant Battlefield Bad Company 2. I'll post a link to the video in the description of this one. I thought, which turned out to be true, that it was him ranting about Bad Company 2. Not that you're not allowed to do that. I'm just going to provide a counter argument to that video and in defense of Bad Company 2, and address some of the things he said and say what my thoughts are on the situation. I'm not saying that he's entitled to his opinion, or that he isn't right on some of the things, or that he should like this game if he doesn't like it. I'm just going to some of the things he said, some of the things I disagree. I think there were a bit of hasty comments about the game, and he didn't actually have the full information. But some of the things are quite true. Some of the things he said are quite true, but in all honesty, some of the things that you say about this game which are bad are the good points if you compare it to a game like Call of Duty Black Ops. You can't compare the two games because they're completely unique, except for the fact that they're a first-person shooter. Both games have their fun sides and their downsides. In my opinion, COD has more downsides than this has downsides. This is why I like this game, and I would play it to death if I could, but not a lot of people play it anymore. And I would say it's a shame that this game is less popular nowadays since Black Ops and Halo Reach, but I think that a lot of the people that are still playing it are the intelligent players. You still get a few noobs, not like in a bad way, not bad players, which is what, when you say noob, most people think bad player or crap at the game, but I mean noobs as in new players to the game. I think I get killed by someone who was rank 0 in this game, and I love people that are recently buying the game. The game seems to have been, advertised a lot recently on Machinima and videos that have gone viral, so I think a lot of people are getting into the game now, and that's good. But this guy didn't like this game, obviously, otherwise he wouldn't be ranting about it. And I have got a Word document, I think saved on my desktop, with some of the points that I was going to counter-argue with, called In Defense of Bad Company 2. I do get kind of owned at the start of this game a lot. I don't actually put up a good performance, but at the end, it's a lot more action-packed. Just stick with it. He said in his video that the game was, you should rent the game, you shouldn't buy it, because the single player is good, which I agree with, but the multiplayer lacks longevity, which I think is a matter of personal opinion, obviously, because I've played 90 hours and I still think that the game is amazing. So that was just, a matter of opinion. But one of his points was the fact that the frame rate on Bad Company 2 is, you know, not exactly up with today's standards of 60 frames per second, which Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2 are. I'm not sure about Halo Reach, but I haven't actually looked into that stuff. He was saying that the frame rate is really slow, which makes the game look slow-paced. In my opinion, it doesn't make the game look slow-paced. The game is slow-paced due to the fact that it's a tactical shooter. Just ignore the crappy UAV skills. The game is a tactical shooter, so you've got to take it, you know, you can't run and gun. You can, but, you know, to a certain degree. You can't run and gun on COD where you're a one-man team and you can get quad sprays with an SMG, but you have to take it slowly. And in my personal opinion, the controls are a bit choppy, but the frame rate isn't noticeable. I don't actually think that the frame rate is an issue at all whatsoever in the game. It might be at 30 FPS, but that is very smooth. If you play PC games, you know that 30 FPS is very smooth, 60 FPS is even smoother, and 1 FPS is quite slow. They said the detailed maps in this game do kind of restrict its frame rate from being 60 because they put a lot of detail into the maps, except obviously for the every house has the same furniture and same wallpaper stuff. I really don't think the frame rate is a problem. I've played Black Ops, and in my personal opinion, Black Ops has had a lot of frame rate issues recently. It's been, every time a napalm strike comes in, it seems to drop to 15 FPS and I can't move, and I've had issues where I'm lagging. Not lagging, but the screen's lagging, but I'm on full connection, not red bar. Which I am actually on red bar sometimes, which is annoying. It's downloading stuff, or Steam's downloading a game, which I didn't ask it to, or updating. It makes me go on red bar without noticing. But the frame rate I don't think is actually an issue. And he mentions that, says something along the lines of which game was more popular, Modern Warfare 2 or Bad Company 2, and Modern Warfare 2 is obviously more popular because it's a more saturated, well-known, well-received game series compared to Battlefield Bad Company. People like COD more because it's an arcadey, fast-paced style shooter. It's a lot of fun to go on, just pop on, jump into a game and kill people, whereas Bad Company you have to get in a squad and like tactically assault, which is kind of like a thinking thing, but with COD, it's fun to go on when you're like bored, and I mean you don't want to spend half an hour in a game. You just want to shoot some people and get quad sprays and stuff like that. Not that that's, you know, a common occurrence in my games. Although I'm not crap at the game. My KD's 2, but that doesn't matter. I've been trying to get a better KD, but I don't know why. Just sort of suppose something to keep life in Black Ops because I think it's got a bit boring. But that could just be the fact that I've played so many CODs and they're all similar. Popularity doesn't make a game good. And the popularity of the game just means how many people have bought it. It doesn't mean it's a particularly good game. With COD, I think that most 12 to 15 year olds, which in my opinion are 40 to 50% of the players on COD, mostly less than 15, more like 12, 13 and 14, just buy the game because it is Call of Duty, not because the game's good. They just buy it because it's a brand. So that popularity doesn't really make a difference to the game. He also mentions the fact that EA have put the, I say way too much. I don't even notice I'm saying it. I try not to, but I say it way too much and I apologise. The gun pack on the marketplace for 400 Microsoft points, where if you're new to the game, rank 1 through to 13, before you start unlocking all the weapons and stuff like that, you can pay 400 Microsoft points and unlock everything in the kits, all the guns, secondaries, gadgets and specifications, specs for each of your weapons, magnum ammo and body armour. Now, he says that his friend, or his theoretical friend, I don't know whether he was just giving an example or his friend actually did buy it, but he says that he brought all the guns and unlocked them all, but his friend didn't. And he's saying that that's an exploit of, you know, Microsoft points, but you can unlock the weapons by playing it, which I did, and it's a lot more fun. Although daunting at first, I did get the game on release, so I haven't experienced this, but I have played it on the PC recently and just started at rank 1. Although daunting at first, having just one single weapon, a single sidearm and no specs when you first start at the game is a lower rank. And progressing in ranks in this game is a lot slower than games like Call of Duty. You can't really have as much fun when you've only unlocked a weapon. You can't even have red dot sights or magnum ammo, which increases the damage by, I think it's 1.25%, which isn't actually exactly that much, and there's a defib kill. Off topic, I get 4 defib kills in this game, which I think was quite funny, which is the reason I uploaded it. And that's another thing I like about this game, the defib kills and the power drill kills. But you don't actually have to buy the guns to unlock them. You can Just I think they're just there for the fact that if you've got a spare 400 Microsoft points, you can buy the guns. It's only it wasn't there on release. That's just one thing I wanted to clear up. You couldn't buy the kits on release, so there wasn't somebody on whenever it was in March that just brought the game and they instantly had all weapons. That was only released recently for newer players if they wanted to keep up, because it's a daunting task starting from rank 1. So they put that on recently for newer players to say that if they wanted to buy all the weapons, then they could get all the weapons unlocked and be up there with all the players and have everything at their disposal straight away to get a better start after the game. That's actually covered half of that, or half of my topic. I'll cover it, you know, by the time I've finished halfway through the next video. One thing I did want to mention is how he said that EA just wanted to make a few bob from the gun pack on the marketplace and that, but it's the same with all companies. I mean, look at the Call of Duty map packs. You can compare this with Vietnam for pricing differences. In COD's map pack you get 4 small maps, well, small medium sized maps, and a zombies map for 1,200 Microsoft points, which is about £10. Don't know how much it is in dollars. And with Battlefield you get Vietnam for 1,200 Microsoft points, which is a whole new experience, new weapons, new maps, new look to the game. I mean, there's 5 maps, that's the same as COD's. So I think that's, you know, more worth it if you like Battlefield, obviously. If not, then the COD map packs. But map packs should only be 800 Microsoft points, in my opinion. So Activision are just trying to grab that extra money by bumping up the price to 800, so it's the exact same with all companies. I'm sure this video is coming to a close now. It's in a close about 30 seconds, so I will carry on this topic and the next video, try and finish it off. And there's a nice defib headshot, don't know how that worked. Try and finish it off halfway through the video so I can talk about something different, like cups of tea, or how I like wearing a suit and monocle all the time. Don't ask me, I'm trying to fill up the time. That's the end of this one, it will fade out in just a second. Thanks for watching and see you next time.